Hey, what's up, what's going on? Newsmasters here with you. I'd like to show you some things you can do if your gun has a suppressor and or a laser sight. Now, first thing you have to note that suppressor reduces your gun's damage. Almost everybody understands that, or most everybody knows that. And your laser sight most probably is gonna expose your position. Now, when we got the elephant in the room out of the room, let's just run through some basic scenarios when you might want to use a suppressor and or laser sight. Now, the best scenario to use a suppressor in Rainbow Six Siege is when you're planning to flank your opponent, or when you're so aware of your own positioning and your opponent's positioning that you are able to shoot your opponent without your opponent actually realizing where the shot might come from, even though he's getting instant feedback about where the shot comes from. He will not be able to pinpoint your location so easily. Also, another thing what Suppressor does really well is it hides your tracer rounds. What are tracer rounds? Tracer rounds is when you fire your gun without a suppressor, or you use a compensator or a muzzle brake or whatever, and there are visible gray traces of your shots coming in. They clearly show where the shot came from and where is it going to, as you can see the round actually traveling towards its intended target. And therefore it exposes your position, it exposes your possible movement as well. So for example, as you want to go towards the garage, you kind of make a hole, probably you're shooting into that angle, and by just noticing that one shot went to that point and another shot went to that point, the defender might notice that, okay, you're moving from this point towards that point, and therefore he might be able to just throw a C4 over here, breach this area, run around you, and kill you quickly. Now, suppressor will not expose your tracer, so therefore you can shoot once, shoot twice, maybe you kill a camera, maybe you take a very nice pot shot somebody in the leg to just make him go away, leave this area, so that, for example, you can just quickly shoot this barricade, get inside, continue to proceed towards your desired position. Remember that Rainbow Six Siege is all about smart positioning, understanding where do you need to be in regard to where you are in the round, what is your intended target. Are you planning to kill a defender? Are you planning to drive your defender away? Are you willing to just shoot him, like shoo, I'm gonna shoot you in the leg so that you run away? Or you want to suppress him, so you're gonna take small bursts of this particular area where I just recently killed some guys and they were calling hags because I was there. So yeah, suppressor allows you to do a lot of crazy, unbelievable things, and it will just get you really nice, easy kills. Now, one of the things that I haven't seen people do with the suppressor quite often is sniping. People don't seem to get on the sniper's nest and just use their suppressor to just stay still on that sniper's nest and have their 100% accuracy. They don't use it because they are so used of spraying that they can't land a shot, and therefore they're afraid that their spray is gonna expose them at this position, which is the sniper's nest, and it's kind of a tricky position. It offers a lot of pros, but it offers a lot of cons. So you have to be stood still in the sniper's nest in order to actually shoot somebody because you're far away. You need to aim quite precisely. But at the same point, it's much harder for the defenders to shoot you back. So if you have a suppressor, the defenders will take much longer time to notice that you are in the sniper's nest and that you're actually at the height advantage, and you also have a scope advantage. So therefore, you might be seeing more of your enemy than your enemy might be seeing you. Now, these are some obvious situations. Why would you use a suppressor? Now let's move on to the laser sight, as obviously I'm disconnected from Rainbow Six servers. Ubisoft police fix, but it's okay. I'm gonna make another custom game. It's strange that I'm making an offline game and it kicks me out. Either way, now we're gonna talk a little bit about laser sight. Now, laser sight is your obvious friend when you are already inside. You don't have a lot of time to aim for your shots, and you're gonna actually go a little bit berserk. So the best scenario is like either you're a defender or you're an attacker, and you're gonna engage close range. You're gonna go really close to your enemy. You're gonna play it intimately.
You need to locate
And
the biohazard
you're not so much
container.
worried about the sound or your own
10
exposure,
seconds to go.
because you know that you're only gonna take one shot. And
5 seconds
that's
before
where
insertion.
the laser sight comes in. It ensures that
Location of biohazard
your
container
shot will
unknown.
actually be
Clear to engage.
more tight from hip fire. Therefore, your peripheral vision, the vision to your left and right, will be wider. So you will be able to take one shot, second shot, third shot, and kill 3 guys by just standing still. Some very nice obvious scenarios of this are when you are defending the basement in Airport Base. Let me just show it to you quickly. So let's say, for example, you are at the barrels. You're at the barrels in the maintenance area, under garage as I call it. Let's presume that attackers have destroyed the camera. I said destroy the camera. It's already down. Okay, whatever. So, and you know, from the barrels, you have to watch technically 3 points. You have this point, you have garage, and you have the stairs and lockers. So you have left and right. You have lockers and stairs to watch. And also sometimes you might get some assholes just running straight from the briefing room. Let's presume that this is going to be breached. So I'm a thermite. I would really like to breach that thing. As I breach that thing, if I have M1014, I'm actually going to use my shotgun as means of rapid entry. Not a lot of attackers actually are familiar with the rapid entry method, so technically you have a shotgun, for example your Bach or thermite with shotgun, you just boom, in, 1, 2, 3, you're done. That's it, easy entry. Then you just take your pistol out and you go for the long shots. Take out that guy, take out that guy, sweep, 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 oh, there's one. You're inside the room, hostage is here, kill the hostage and go away. Attackers win. So yeah, that's why that's where the laser sight might be most useful. That you don't really have to aim so much. You can either entry really rapidly and kill multiple opponents by simply being alert to all the common spots or all the possible angles of fire. Or for example, you're just really going in and you're gonna spray and pray just for the sake of it, just so that, for example, you're either suppressing your enemy or you're trying to shoo him away. And in this way, for example, if you're just spraying with the shotgun, you can notice where the pellets go. They're all the pellets are gonna land here. If a person would be sitting here or even standing here, doesn't matter, the amount of pellets that he receives by just me spraying 4 shots, it's a deadly amount. The guy's gonna be dead. When I'm done with that guy, maybe there's a guy in that corner, but I can deal with him by just taking out the pistol. Or maybe if I want to go like this, I can just, as you see, as soon as I stop, it gives a much more accurate shot. It's the same thing as in CS:GO. As soon as you stop, it takes more or less accurate shot, but if you're moving, it's a little bit more erratic. So yeah, that's where your suppressor, and by the way, also notice suppressor increases your accuracy by a little amount. So for example, if you're a normal pistol spread would be more like this circle. Then with laser sight from the same distance on your pistol and with suppressor, it's much more likely to be circle inside the circle. It's going to be much more tighter spread. And these are the advantages, and these are this is the price you have to pay when you're exposing your position. For example, if you're watching an angle and you know that your gun has a laser sight, don't aim like this. Don't aim where your enemy is gonna peek, or like this, where their head's gonna appear. Aim a little bit like this. It's easier for you to micro correct your aim and just shoot the head as soon as it appears, or just plain, if you're gonna spray, what? The shotgun's gonna hit. The pellets are hitting the wall anyways. Shotgun's gonna spread regardless if you ADS or not. So use the laser sight, use the suppressor. Those are valuable tools on your gun. It's all about the way you use them. Because if you're gonna use a suppressor just to run and spray at your opponent, no, of course, it's reduced damage, it's not gonna do much. But if you know precisely that your enemy, for example, is at the stairs and you're looking into this nice little peephole that I've created with my shotgun, and your enemy is on the stairs and he's like, okay, I have to clear the stuff out. There's a barricade. There is a barricade, but there's a hole, or I don't know what. I have to check the briefing room. I'm gonna sweep briefing room. At the time you're at the briefing room, at the time he goes to the briefing room, you can notice him sweeping. You're gonna take 1, 2, he's already 50% damaged. And then you can just take your shotgun or your main weapon and just wreck the guy. So yeah, this is about as much as I can tell you about suppressor and laser sight. Just keep your eyes open, keep your mind open about possible implementations of the tools that you strap on your gun. There is no useless tool. All the tools are given with a certain aspect of gameplay. There are players who are extremely sneaky about their positioning. They are going to play mind games with you because their game sense is extremely developed. And I'm gonna make a video about game sense quite soon. But for now, this was the Noobs Master about laser sight and suppressor. Signing off. Have a good one.